First, you have to add yeast and warm water together, and that can make a chemical reaction because it makes a new substance. And you have to add sugar in there, so then the yeast will eat the sugar. So then you have to stir it to help activate it. And it takes 5 minutes for it to proof. While the yeast is proofing, I need to turn the oven to 400 to 450 so it can preheat. Our oven uses gas, which is then lit by a flame to heat the oven and food inside. Now you can tell that the yeast has proofed because the liquid has turned frothy. So now I'm going to add in the other ingredients. Oil. Now I've added in the oil. So now I need to pour in the flour and the salt. Now I just need to stir it and add the herbs. Now that I have this out on the table, moving the dough like this is just a physical change because no new substance is made. But at the same time, when you cook the pizza, that's a chemical change because you can tell by the odor, the new color on it, and that bubbles they make the dough rise. And now that I have this spread out somewhat, I can start using this, the rolling pin. Now that I have my dough on the pan, I can use this fork and poke holes in it so air can get in there. Sometimes this can take a while, but it helps the dough rise. And also, we know that this is just a physical change because you're not changing the substance. It's still the exact same substance. But the thing is, when you cook it, it's a brand new substance. So that changes it. And also the odor, the color, and the bubbles that it makes helps you identify that it's a chemical change. Now that I've gotten the pizza ready, I now need to grate the cheese to go on top. And as you can see, it weighs 4.45. And using the law of conservation, I know that when I take this off and I shred it, it will still weigh the same once I'm done shredding. Now that we've grated the cheese, and you can see it still weighs the same, 4.45 ounces. This is because of the law of conservation. The law of conservation is when you take something and if you grate it like our cheese, it will still weigh the same. Now that we have grated the cheese, we now can put the toppings on. So you can start with the marinara sauce, which is a liquid. A liquid and a solid are both states of matter. And there's one more state of matter, gas. They can all change, like for instance, ice can be turned into water, and water can be turned into steam. So that is one way that you can use states of matter. And for this, the cheese can be melted, but that's still the same cheese. So that's a physical change. And even cooking this will be a chemical change because the pizza is not raw anymore. It will be cooked and then you'll be able to eat it. At first, you're usually not able to eat it, but in some cases you can. Like with raw vegetables, you sometimes can. So with this is still a physical change because this is still marinara sauce, but it's just being spread out and into a different shape. And with the cheese, it's still the same and no new substance is made. So with the cheese, you know that cheese can be a chemical change in some cases. Like when you're making a grilled cheese, that can be a chemical change because the bread on it is being toasted, although the cheese is still the same. So I know that the cheese on this pizza, that's just a physical change, but if you put it all together, that will be a chemical change. This is my finished product. It is a chemical change because the crust has bubbled up and the cheese has turned brown on top. Time to eat.